everybody. Sorry I've been MIA since our trip. A lot of stuff has happened in the literally 2 weeks we got back. So yeah, for instance, y'all know that I'm a massage therapist. In the last 2 weeks since our trip coming back, even though it was a holiday on that Monday, I've done, I think it was 44 hours of massage when I'm normally give or take anywhere from 30 to 32 per 2 weeks. So I had to cover some schedules, stuff like that. But besides that, a lot of stuff's been going on. This week in general has been just one of those weeks. Monday started out with so this last Saturday that went by, at an engagement party I was going to. The engagement party, I was making like resin magnets that were really, really cute. They were ice cream, stuff like that. Well, lo and behold, one of my 3 cats, the boy, one of the 2 boys that I have, Mr. Kangaroo, we call him, because that boy can jump. His name is Eeyore. I will post a picture so you can see the damage. Decides to jump in wet resin. Now, when I mean wet resin, I mean it's been sitting there for, I think it had been almost an hour at that point. So it was still wet. It was tacky, really bad. Jumps in it, obviously gets it everywhere. I go in mama mode and instantly, not, I don't want to say I freaked out, but I freaked out. Because resin's just, it can be harmful for pets. Now, the resin I get is, I don't want to say as harmful, it's still harmful, but I've done the test, put it on my skin, took it well over 90 minutes before I started kind of getting a burning sensation. It has low, like, smell, forget what they call it, VOC, or whatever it's called, but I made sure when I got this back years ago when I started getting into resin, I specifically got this brand because I've had cats. I've had multiple cats in my life, and I didn't want it to be harmful air-wise and stuff like that. Now, I've never had an issue of any of my cats trying to get into it or jumping where they're not supposed to be jumping. This one decides to do, on the last pour I have to do, jump up where he shouldn't be. Now, remind you, I had to do, I think it was 6 or 7 colors, so aka 6 or 7 different pours. He never once jumped up. So I don't know why he decided it was the best idea to do. But Mama Mode came in, grabbed the cat before he could start licking it off. Myself, my husband, my mom were freaking out trying to get it off of him. I peanut buttered that cat up so he smelled like a Reese's cup, just no chocolate added. But I read online you can use certain peanut butter and it will help break down resin, blah blah blah. The cat was obviously screaming bloody murder because he doesn't like water, but the cat got bathed in peanut butter. Now, I got what I could out. I got it off of his skin, just wouldn't fully come off his hair. So I rushed him. I called out of work. I was on the phone with my boss while I'm trying to catch the cat into a cage. That was fun. But called out of work because my cats are my babies. They're my children. Freaked out, took them in. The veterinarian that was at the clinic that I have been going to for 21 years, almost 22 years, they have a new person there. Guy was cute. Yeah. I'm gonna be nice about it. He did not do a damn thing. So, AKA, told him what happened, and they were like, oh, there's nothing we can really do. Shave him? I'm willing to pay for this poor cat to get half shaved. Well, I mean, I'm kind of busy. It'll take a few hours. Here's the problem is any cat / any animal, they have stuff on their fur, they're going to want to lick it off. And I'm like, you are absolutely useless. So that happened Monday. Tuesday rolls around. I take it back because I asked them when the veterinarian clinic doctor that I personally know, when the 2 would be in. And they said the following day on Tuesday. So I said, cool, I'll be back. So I took my cat back in the morning. It was slam busy. There had to have been 20 people there waiting. I tell this chick that I know that sadly was not there the day before, tell her what happened. She put me as a priority case. Even though at this point it had been over 12 hours, it has hardened. She goes, that's still very harmful for any animal. Why was this not considered a priority the other day? And I said, I don't know, ask your doctor. Ask your staff member that is literally sitting next to you that told me, oh, well, the doctor doesn't think it's a priority, and I don't think so either. Y'all must not know animals, but I'm just going to leave it at that. So my poor cat, he got shaved. He looks funny. Like I said, I'll post a picture. I feel bad for him. We keep saying he has skinny jeans on. He's already a smaller cat out of the other two that we have. His brother's bigger than him. His sister, she's not even related to him. I just call him sister, brother and sister. She's massive. But dude, he looks even worse now. It's so funny. But that happens on Tuesday. Cool, go pick him up. I head to work. Like, they got him done 45 minutes before I had to be to work. So I was like, cool. Took him back home, go to work. Mind you, I'm using my radio and everything. This is where the whole other subject's coming. I go to get in my truck after work. And my lovely dash, which I'm hoping you guys can hear me. I'm like yelling half of it because my radio does not work. I have a lovely error on it saying miswiring DC offset error. Yay. I've only had this radio for 7 years. I don't believe I replaced the speakers though 7 years ago. I might have, I think I did, but I did not go with like a really good brand. I just kind of went with the basic. So I was mad. I'm like, great, what else? Wednesday rolls around, which again, I'll post the video. Wednesday was a smooth day. Obviously, radio's not working. I have no Bluetooth. I have nothing through my normal. That's why I'm hoping you guys can hear me. Wednesday rolls around. I go to work. Everything's been great. I get off work. It is pouring rain. Like, we got dumped on here in Portland metro area on Wednesday, and I was like, wow, this is pretty insane. Driving home, I'm like halfway from work to home, which I only live less than 2 miles from work. I think it's like 1.7 miles, something like that. But I'm getting to a light and I almost T-boned someone. And mind you, there is no street for them to cross over to go across. No, it was a car that was turning on a side street that did not have a blinker on, but noticed, oh, there's a pedestrian. So they slam on their brakes. Well, the truck behind them was not paying attention or riding them too close. I don't know, one of the two. He veers, does not look in his mirror, aka driver mirror, and almost takes out a Hyundai Sonata. Instead of taking her out, she swerves in front of me. Mind you, I am in a 1500 Chevy Silverado, nothing in the bed of this truck. This baby's always empty. She can't tow anything. She can't haul anything. She does what she does. She can haul some stuff, just not a whole lot of load. But I'm going to work. I'm not going to have anything in the back. It is pouring rain. It has not poured like that for a very long time here. AKA, we're getting finally to the end of summer. We've had a few like spurts here and there. This was bad. This was like windshield wipers on full blast, just trying to see down the road or just see like the car. Thankfully, the car was actually quite a distance in front of me, but to see. So I locked my brakes. And mind you, this street is 35. I was going 30, which I am so thankful I was going 30. Never even got up to 35 just because how hard it was raining. So I go from 30 to 0, 2 seconds. Now, I was talking to my husband, which there will not be audio to the video due to I said a few words. I don't want to get on YouTube, but locked up my brakes. My husband's on my phone. I'm like yelling at my phone because, again, like I'm yelling at you guys right now, I have no Bluetooth. And he's like, what? And I'm like, what? And I'm trying to explain to him, but at the moment I try to stop everything that sits on my, I don't have everything sitting here. It was my phone and my house keys. My purse sits behind, so I'm not worried about that. But everything ends up on the floorboard, passenger side. And I was like, and so I'm now literally yelling as loud as I can to my husband across my truck on the floor. And I couldn't hear a word he was saying. And I was like, I'll see you when I get home and I'll show you the video. So that happens Wednesday. I'm like, okay, my heart's working. I was wide awake after that. Thursday rolls around. I decide, which I'm now arriving to the location where I'm going to get my speakers done, or everything done, that I would go to 2 local companies here in Hillsboro to get my radio replaced. And I'm like, no problem. I go to one. Dude that worked there was rude. I will never go back. I, for the life of me, can't think of the name of it. I am going to Stereo King, which I'll be pulling in once I actually have a clearing to pull in. I decided I'd come down to Stereo King. Well, the second I pulled in, my truck decides she's going to start overheating. Or not overheating. I'll put the video so you guys can see. But she's steaming. Well, aka a hose burst. I'm like, great. What else? I mean, at this point, I was like, well, what else? What else can I do? I'm just, at this point, I was irritated. I was mad. The way the week had gone, I was done. So I was just like, okay, awesome. So I pull in here, obviously pop my hood because luckily I do know some stuff with cars. I mean, I can't say I'm a car expert. There's issues with my truck that I wish I could figure out, and I can't. My mechanic's still having a little bit of hard time trying to figure out a few of the issues, but we'll eventually figure it out. Now I'm like really early to my appointment, so I finished this video. But so I come over here, she's smoking. Obviously, I'm upset, I'm pissed with just the way the week's gone. I go in, the guy's like, you good? I'm like, yeah, don't worry about her. I already text my mechanic. I was like, I'm having this this air on my deck, my radio. And I show him. And he goes, oh, that can mean a few things. And I was like, yeah, that's what the other place said, but they were really rude about it. Because I didn't know if I had kickers or not. Okay, I don't pay attention to these things, okay? Some car models have where their kickers are inside the doors with the other speaker. Like, mine is like this long piece. I don't know if there's 2 in there. I don't know. I don't pull these things apart. I don't deal with wiring. Wiring is way out of my wheelhouse. I can do an oil change. I can do brake pads. I can do all of that type of stuff, but you are not going to see me rewire anything in a car. Just not going to, even in a house. You're not going to see that happen. I knew I had the 2 that are here. So the one here, one on passenger, and then I knew in the door there's the whole speaker, but looking at it, there potentially could be a kicker in there. I don't know. Guy looked up and he said, no, there's no kicker. Cool. Well, at least that's Stereo King here. I'm like, cool. Thank you for letting me know. So he goes, it could be your deck that went bad, or it could be one of your speakers blew out and the way your deck saves itself from potentially causing an issue or causing worse damage is it auto kicks itself off. So it puts it in like an emergency mode, I guess you can call it. Problem is, it completely disables everything. The clock on it wasn't even wanting to work properly. It got that bad. So I was like, great. I just need to figure it out. Because one, this is how I do my videos, let alone I like boom boom and I like music, and I can't stand driving with absolutely no music. So get a whole setup figured out, which is going to cost me about $1,800. Well, $1,600 up to $1,800, roughly. Okay, let me just explain this. So if this plate back here where my speaker is breaks, they will replace it. That's a new price. So I already have a aftermarket dash cover. If that breaks, I have to pay for I have to put a new one. Obviously, I mean, those are things that it's like, hey, if they can reuse what I have, cool, I don't have to pay for it. Fingers crossed, in the next about 3 hours, everything goes smooth, and I don't have, I'm shooting for the hopefully like $1,400-1,500, but system, 4 speakers, a new deck. That's not even, I have a sub in the back with an amp. I would love to get another sub, but that's just not going to happen, because what it costs nowadays to get radios, this is crazy. So that happens. I go ahead and I'm like, okay, cool. Let's book the appointment. Technically, all that was actually last week. I'm off on my weeks. I'm done. My brain is gone. So technically, it's been 3 weeks since our trip, but I've had enough going on. I'm not so much. I'm not stressed anymore. I will say that. I'm just more of like, I don't want to say it, but karma's always been that 3 times fold, and that's what always happens. So this week, I'm getting my radio replaced. I went on Friday of last week, had the truck fixed, $300 for the 2 hoses. It's called a quick release inside of 2 of the hoses that go to the radiator core. I don't remember what it was called, but it's on the other side of the firewall. So it's on this side of the firewall. There's 2 hoses that come up, aka this truck is 25 years old. Those had never been replaced. Quick release were snail release. So it was allowing coolant to spew out and stuff like that, which, yeah. So that's been replaced. It's good. It runs good. She runs good. She's running good, and I'm in love with it. So now I get to set for, since I'm early, more like 4 hours. Man, I'm early. I was like 45 minutes early. Thought it would take longer to get here. There's so much construction out in this area, but I'm gonna be getting this done. I will do a quick little video so you guys can see the system I have right now. I was told the other day of trying to do something on the deck, which has gotten rid of the error message, but it still doesn't work properly. So it right now says auto device not provided, no text, that type of stuff. So that's there, but my speakers, yeah. So wish me luck. I kid you not. You ever want to spend about $2,500 in 1 week? That's how you do it. Katt sound system, which I didn't want to buy, and then truck. I don't want to, well, yeah, it's maintenance because the age of it. Maintenance, but still, 25, about almost getting closer to the 2,500 mark. Luckily, when I put gas in her, it cost me less than $100. I was kind of happy about that. It was still like 28 gallons, but hey, I'm not going to complain. First time in a long time, it's been under $100. Sorry, different tone there, but yeah. So, but I'm going to do a review video after this as well. So keep your eyes out, but hopefully Stereo King does an amazing job. I've never used them yet. I've come for quotes before, but I normally go somewhere else. I didn't know if my truck could make it out the distance to where I normally go. So I just played it safe and did an in-town one. I know if I would have went to my other one, I know it would be cheaper, which kind of sucks. But do what you got to do. So stick around for the update. I'll most likely do a follow-up video in a little bit, well, driving home. So thanks, everybody. Sorry I've been MIA. A lot has been going on. But I am back. I promise you that. You'll start seeing a lot more videos again. So remember to hit that like and subscribe. That would be amazing. Keep your eye out for the review video for Stereo King out here in Aloha, Oregon. But it'll be right here once it gets uploaded. So check it out. It'll be great. Thanks, everybody. Bye.